Welcome to Inside with Belle. I am glad you can join us. And thank you for tuning in as we go behind the scenes and bring you the stories of Hollywood professionals who are essential to the making of the film, TV, and music we love. Hollywood has been telling stories for over 200 years, and sometimes they tell the same one, but with a different cast or a twist to the story. Matlock, the TV series, which aired for 9 seasons from 1986 to 1995, was a mystery legal drama starring Andy Griffith as criminal defense attorney Ben Matlock. Reboots often fail to recreate the magic of an original series, but in the case of Matlock, the new reboot, which stars Academy Award-winning actress Kathy Bates, the reboot did so well in the ratings that after only 3 episodes, CBS ordered a season 2.
Who are you?
Madeline Matlock. Yeah, like the old TV show.
Working for...
You, hopefully.
My guest is one of the series regulars on this Matlock reboot. David Del Rio is an actor, director, producer, and writer. He has been a series regular on several TV shows and is currently starring as Bill Martinez, a charismatic young attorney in the new CBS drama Matlock. Here's my interview with David. I want to welcome David Del Rio. He's a wonderful actor, and he is in this amazing and very popular and very well-reviewed TV series, Matlock, on CBS. And I want to congratulate you on that and welcome you to Insight, David.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to talk to you again.
Yes, the last time we spoke was when you were on another series, but we'll get to that because I'm really excited about this show, and so is everyone. It got picked up, Matlock, with Kathy Bates, Academy Award nominee.
When was the last time you practiced law? That was 1991. Back when I tried cases, we just prayed the horse and buggy got to court on time. Which isn't useful right now.
Unuseful, but funny.
People assume I'm a harmless old lady. It's useful. Nobody sees us coming.
I don't know these people.
It's me, your Aunt Brenda. I got sick, lost a lot of weight. I just never thought you wouldn't recognize me.
It just took a second. I recognize you. I've got the kids tonight, otherwise we'd be having a scotch.
Well, no scotch for me, unless I'm getting laid. I guess that's not on the table.
Where did you come from, Madeline?
First of all, how is it to be like every day working with someone who has such an amazing career?
Well, she definitely has been nominated, I think, about 4 times, but she did win in 1990, I believe, for Rob Reiner's Misery. So she's a full out, yeah. And I studied her work. I've admired her work like a lot of actors have, and to be under the same roof and to watch just the magic that she brings to her characters is really something to behold. And, if you're really present with her, you can really learn a lot, especially her homework and how she decides, when her homework comes to play, even in the moments where she's not speaking, especially in the moments where she's not speaking. She's such a giving and leading actress that I pinch myself every day to be sharing the screen with her. So it's been a really wonderful experience working with Kathy, and I can't wait to go back for season 2 and work with her again.
What do you think is the magic of the show? I know there's a secret that I think is going to play out through the whole season, but the characters are so unique. Hers especially, very unassuming, kind of like there was an old series called Matlock, but the dynamic of the cast is really, really good. How soon after you started did you feel that you were all connecting and you were the show, you were the characters?
I think we connected right off the bat, really. When we shot the pilot in Toronto in 2023, we couldn't believe that we were part of a series. And, to really answer your question about where the magic comes from, I think we are part of a show that is rewriting the structure of the reboot because of the secrets that are lying. That you're watching a show where you're seeing a character play dual roles at that same moment. And I think what Jenny Erman did with the script of the pilot and every script after that is really turned the reboot on its head. Because I think that a lot of people had superhero or reboot fatigue. And, I was just an actor that we were just so grateful to have a job. So we would have done any reboot, but to be part of something that is setting an example for, I believe, future reboots, being kind of like, to be in comparison with that, we kind of understood that the job at hand was really to preserve a lot of that restructure of the format. Mm-hmm. And with that, we had a lot of fun together, and we really, we were in each other's lives for 8 months straight. And we got to know each other, and they are, the cast is a really beautiful and open and available group of actors. And, just the fact that we knew the job at hand was to tell the best story as possible, you grow a camaraderie and you grow a love for your coworkers. And that's including your scene partners, that's including the crew, that's including the creators and the producers. So we really had a fantastic time shooting this show. And it really is a law crime thriller with real deep character development and character relationships. And so working together, we really wanted to figure out a way of how we can enhance our position in this format. And with that comes a lot of trust and a lot of love and a lot of commitment. And so I am so blessed to be in a cast that is so giving as well.
So you shot for 8 months. Was it all in Toronto?
No, we shot at the Paramount lot in Los Angeles, which was a dream come true.
So how exciting is it I know you did Baker and the Beauty, another show that you did. And that one, you went one season and then you were waiting to hear about the second season. Is that correct? You didn't do a second season on that one, did you?
We did not do a second season. And like every show, we kind of just wait between seasons to see if we get, picked up. And that show got to air its entire season before we got the news that we weren't going to get picked up for a second season. But, Baker and the Beauty will always be near and dear to my heart. The Garcia family is still close, and we text and we keep in touch. And, the reputation that Baker had post season one, I still run into people talking about Baker and the Beauty, and they always say the same thing, that we should have got picked up for a second season.
First up, the news breaking the internet today. Reports are Noah Hamilton, model turned fashion mogul, and Colin Davis have broken up.
Oh my God.
You have the keys to the truck?
Better go. You're taking Vanessa out for our anniversary.
4th anniversary. Ask her what she's making them go.
Vanessa Princesa.
It's the most expensive place in Miami. A dinner there is like a weekend in the Bahamas, right?
A woman like Vanessa, pretty soon she's going to give you an ultimatum.
She's expecting a proposal soon, right?
You're getting married?
I'm not getting married.
And it's just always nice and reassuring to hear that the work that we did about a Cuban family in Miami thrown in this situation of, Danny, played by Victor Rasuk, thrown into this new world of fame and attention, and how the family navigates towards that. We really did the best we can, and I think that Baker and the Beauty still stands today. And so yeah, we didn't get picked up for a second season, but I started a relationship with so many fans back then, and they've stuck with me through all these years, and I'm just so glad that I get to be part of another story to share with them.
It's like as an actor, you go from series to series, which you have been fortunate enough to do three. I don't know if any more, but you did Maggie recently, and then Baker and the Beauty, and now this one.
Mhm.
So you make families as you go along from job to job. How cool is that? I mean, who gets to do that?
There's no other job like this. There's no other industry like this. But yeah, I mean, like in the last day of any shoot, it's bittersweet, you know. You do create a camaraderie and you do create a trust with the crew and with the cast, because, you know, the job is so um it's so emotional, you know, especially for actors. It's so deep in the commitment that you really grow as a family, as you said. And so, you know, and then, you know, on the last day, it's kind of like, all right, back to being unemployed, and also, you know, you create friendships from there, which is, you know, I think um, that is the most important thing, you know, the friendships that are created.
So when you heard you have another season, it's like it's a sigh of relief. Okay, good. I'm staying with this family for another season.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we get to continue to tell the story is an honor and a privilege, and I'm very, very extremely grateful. And you know how I kind of live my life is, if it's something bad, this too shall pass. If it's something good, this too shall pass. So I'm just enjoying the moment, and I am very grateful and appreciative that an audience even showed up in the first place, and the audience wants to see us again.
You play a very resourceful attorney, a young attorney, very resourceful. Um, and there's people who want to get into the room and to try a case. Uh, does your character have those kinds of ambitions as well? And does it happen? And does it happen in the first season?
Uh, Billy Martinez is a really charismatic and really, he really takes his job seriously because he's a character who really loves the law. He went to a community college, and he feels sort of the pressure of not going to an Ivy League school, or having graduated from an Ivy League school. So he had to scrounge his way to get to the point of where he's at. And then to comment on the rest of his journey, I just cannot wait for the audience to see.
And Billy Martinez comes from a family that is in law enforcement. Your mom in the series and your sister, both cops, correct?
Yeah, and according to Billy, he, you know, he thinks that's kind of like the only reason why he got hired in Jacobson Moore, because of his resources and how fast he can come up with answers with any sort of technology that his mom and sister could provide to him. But he wants to make his own mark. You know, he loves the law, and I think it's because of his upbringing from his mother and his sisters, you know, being in law enforcement. So yeah, so I think that that really does help Billy, and you'll see how much he gets to use it throughout the season.
And you also grew up in Miami. Uh, is that where you got the bug for acting? Where did you decide this is what I want to do?
Yeah, I'm from Miami, born and raised. I'm Cuban Colombian, and so already I live my life with rhythm. But I think it all kind of started, you know, Jerry Lewis, Jim Carrey were huge influences of mine, and it started with just really wanting to be in comedy, but not anything that's like written. It was really just, I was just a clown as a kid. I really just concentrated on how I can do the best head slam against the wall just so I can get a laugh. But then I really got the acting bug, I think, in eighth grade at Southwood Middle School when I was playing this Elvis type of character. And my teacher said that I should, do some homework on Elvis to help me. And it was that investigation work and that type of homework to feed into living truthfully in this character. That was something that I was really enthralled with. And then I went to New World School of the Arts, which is an arts high school, and 400 kids in total, like 100 kids a graduating class. And we really did care about putting up good plays and good musicals. And they also offered, you know, their students to write plays so we can have a playwright festival, to direct one acts so the students can have experience directing theater. And so, really, Miami is a place that I grew up in, surrounded by the arts. I don't know how it is now. I don't know how the funding is now for these types of schools. How I hope they're, um, really putting their money where their mouth is and helping these artists grow. But it really was, living in Miami was a huge influence on my artistic endeavors and my artistic career since then.
And you mentioned theater. You are also a director and produce, but you did a play that was such an amazing play that really showed so many Latino talent, which was In the Heights, Lin-Manuel Miranda's In the Heights. That was your introduction to Broadway. So what, you went from Miami to Broadway? What was that?
Well, I went to college in New York, and then after maybe about 2, 3 years later, I got the call to see if I wanted to be the replacement for Robin De Jesus, who is a brilliant, brilliant actor and really an amazing human. And he originated the role of Sonny. And I saw him at the Public when In the Heights was off Broadway. And then I saw him in so many nights following him in the Heights at the Richard Rogers Theater. So basically, I'll tell you this. I remember that I actually got cast in the Heights tour. Then I got another job and I decided to do that job. And then when I came back from that job, that's when Robin was leaving and they wanted to see me again. And so then I got the huge honor in playing Sonny in Lin-Manuel Miranda's In the Heights. And it's an experience I'll never forget because you're hearing the reviews live at the moment, breath to breath, song to song. And for me, there is no difference between acting on stage and acting on film, because on stage I'm performing for the audience, and then when I'm on set, I I perform for the crew. And so, but to be on Broadway, to be in any stage, you have this really intense connection with the audience that is just so, like, my endorphins are so high at the moment, and also that they're seeing the show for the first time. Hopefully they're seeing it for the second or third, but mostly the audience is seeing it for the first time. So you have this feeling like, oh my God, I can't wait for this next moment and this next moment, and you're kind of going with the audience in your journey on stage, and it's a feeling that I'll never forget, and I hope I get to be back on stage soon.
Well, you've intrigued me. I mean, the breadth of your work. But one of the things that you said that's interesting is the comedic side of you. So yeah, that's where you started. I mean, Jerry Lewis and Carrie.
Yeah, Jim
So
Carrey.
is that something that you would like to do, or have you done comedies in film and TV, or is that something
Well, I
that
mean,
is the one something you want to check off?
most of the roles that I've played in my career tend to serve as the comedic relief of the piece. Mateo in Baker and the Beauty, he he didn't need much research from me because I he's a Cuban from Miami, and so that's exactly who I am. So I know the type of people that Mateo was, and Sonny was the same thing. He was the comedic relief. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't really. Sometimes in guest stars, I get to do some dramatic stuff. This show, Matlock, there's a whole roller coaster of things that happen to Billy and the team that you know get to really show him in a very varietable way. And I don't look for these roles. These roles just come to me, and I don't search for what kind of character I want to play. I just know that the jobs that come are the jobs that I'm supposed to have at that moment, whether that be dramatic or comedic or anything like that. So I think that yeah, most of my career I've played comedic roles, and
So when does season 2 start shooting?
we haven't heard anything yet on when season 2 is shooting. But I'm waiting on bated breath. But there's so much more to do before season 2. I'm finally back home in Austin, Texas, where I've been living for a couple of years, and I haven't been in my home since March. And my wife and my kid and I just flew in like 2, 3 days ago. So it's going to be nice to kind of get back to writing and also trying to develop and get a film off the ground for myself to direct. And so those are the things that I'll be working on until we hear and until I have to report back to work.
You're busy, whether you're on camera or not. Tell me about the film. What is it about? A drama, comedy? What kind of film is it?
There's not much I can really say about it. However, it's a film that my wife and I wrote for a few years, and now it's kind of getting some traction. We have some actors reading the script, and we have some producers who want to join on and help me fund it and help it get off the ground. But this would be my third film, but it would a third film that I've directed, but it would be my first film that I'm directing that I wrote. So I'm really excited to kind of really dive in and share this story with people. Yeah. There's not really much I can say about it at this.
Okay, well,
time.
that's a good tease. We'll be waiting, and in the meantime, for people to keep up and want to know where you are in the producing of the film, where can we follow you on social media?
Sure. I mean, I'm only on Instagram. You can follow me at David Del Rio.
Thank you so much for joining us on Insight.
Such a pleasure to speak with you again.
Thank you, David, for joining us. It was great speaking with you. And you can watch Matlock now on Paramount Plus, Hulu, Amazon, and other subscription platforms. And it would be a good idea to stream it now while you wait for season 2. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We all have TV shows we love and are sad when we see them canceled. We would love for them to go on forever. And because sometimes reboots are lacking, unlike CBS's Matlock, which was a major hit, it's great that there are shows that have stood the test of time and have been running seemingly forever. It is rare when that happens, but here is a list of TV shows that have been running for over 20 years. The Simpsons first aired in 1989 and has been running for 34 years straight. Law & Order has been on air for 33 years, having premiered in 1990 on NBC. Grey's Anatomy first aired in 2005, and next year will celebrate 20 years on air. And the soap General Hospital has been running on ABC since 1963, making it the longest-running show on television at 61 years. And there are so many other beloved TV shows that, although canceled, are still airing, many of them here on MeTV, like Gunsmoke, The Waltons, The Love Boat, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Alfred Hitchcock Hour, The Rifleman, The Andy Griffin Show, and so many more. And, of course, our show, Inside with Belle. So until next time, pull up a chair and enjoy a great TV show. See you next week on Inside with Belle on MeTV.
But